So we have been able to save the user in database. However, we need to show some message with a success or error. So if there is a success, we can show some success notification to user. Otherwise, we can show these error messages, which you can see here in the preview. For that, we can use a library, React Toastify from npm. So if you go to npm and search for React Toastify, we can use this to easily show the toast notifications. That will look something like this. Okay, so let's install this. Let's copy that and let's go back here, Control C. Let's run this. While it's happening, let's continue in our app. So we want to show that toast notification in. Let's go to client, let's go to source, auth, register. So here we can import that. Import, so let's have a look at the docs. Let's follow the documentation. So we can import toast container and toast, and we can also import CSS. Okay, so let's grab this code, come here, and let's paste here. By the way, in the next lecture probably I will show you how you can use this globally, so you don't have to keep importing CSS and toast container each time, because we will be showing toast notification in many pages, right? But at the moment, let's just give it a try. So once you have the container and the CSS, you need to have this container in the return statement here. So inside here, you can put somewhere here. This is important. If you don't do this, you won't see the toast notification. I guess this is important. So once you have that, you can use this toast function to show the toast messages. For example, handle submit. Once it is successful, you get this response. At the moment, we're just console login. Now instead of that, you can show the toast message. So you can say the toast, you can say something like register success, please login, or something like that. And you can also use different colors. So if you want to show a green background with the toast notification, you can use a success. If you want to show a red background for errors, you can do error. However, I'm just going to make it really simple and just use toast. Okay, so once that's done, let's do something similar here in the error as well. If there is an error, we can say, we can just here, we should be actually getting the error message, right? It's not going to be some hard-coded message like this. We get this error, which you already saw here. If email is taken, our password is not long enough, we get all this. So we can grab that using error. Let me just remove that. Error dot response dot data. Okay. Now we can also do a little check here. If error dot, sorry, that's just ERR dot response dot status. So if you remember, we are sending, each time there is error, we are sending with the status of 400. So we can grab that status as well here. So if error response status equals 400, so if that is the error code, then let's show the error message. Error.response.data. Now with this, we can give it a try. Let's see how it looks. Okay, now if you try, let me give, oh, actually we haven't restarted the client side. So let's do that. And maybe you want to comment out the console log, so you don't have too many console logs in your code, but let's continue here. All right, so register, let's try registering user with the same email. You can see here we get this toast notification that says email is taken. Beautiful. Now you can do some more with this toast. By the way, you can see the message here as well. If you give a password that is not long enough, you get this message as well. So this is also coming from the backend. Password is required and should be of the 6 characters long. Perfect. Now obviously, like I showed you told you earlier, you can use different color. For example, toast dot error. So if you use that, come here, give it a try, you get this. Okay, so feel free to use whichever you like. Probably it's a good idea to use the color. That looks pretty neat. So for this one as well, let me use success. Okay, now you can do so much with this toast notification. For example, if you don't want this to appear on the right, maybe you want it to appear here on the top middle, maybe on the left, you can do all that stuff. So if you visit here, okay, so actually it's not here, you might have to go to the docs. Let's quickly go there, go to the home page. Home page documentation. Okay, all right, so you can see here, you can just click and visually have a look. It's pretty cool. So at the moment, by default, it is top right, but if you want it on, let's say, top center, so slightly these things change. You can have a look. When you pick different options, they change. Okay, so this is how you can customize your toast container. And if you try, so toast, this is how it appears in the middle of on top. So maybe we want something like this. For that, we can just use position top center, and I think that's all we need. Okay, let's come here. Our toast container, let's use that, position top center. Okay, let's try. That looks good. That's right in the middle. Okay, image is taken. If you don't give the name is required. Okay, so everything's working beautifully. Now the next thing you might want to do is you might want to use this toast container, move this to app.js, so that everywhere you can easily use the toast container instead of having to manually import and write this in every component. That's a bit of a hassle. Okay, so let me open a split window here. Okay, so this is where we have this one. So let's go to app, and here we can let's just copy this code, paste here. Let's remove this one, toast, and then we use the toast container here, and we also import the CSS, which means we can now remove from register. Actually, we just need the toast function. We can remove that one and CSS. Perfect. Now once we do that, we can also move this. So it's cut from here, and here in the app.js we can put that maybe somewhere underneath the top nav. Okay, so this way you don't have to import container in any pages. You don't have to import CSS. We just import toast and show the toast notification. Nice and easy, like this one. Okay, so let me stop this now. Once you move that code to app, that's pretty much it. Okay, so make sure it's working. Let's type Ryan. Let's type something. Actually, we want to see how it works. Ryan@gmail.com. Okay, so it works. Beautiful. Alright, so that's done. Now let's do one more thing, and that is, once you register the user successfully, you might want to redirect them to login page so that you can ask them to log in. Right, so let's redirect as well. And to redirect, you get access to the history object from React Router DOM. If you remember, our entire app is wrapped in the browser router, and that gives us these props we can easily destructure. So let's do that. We want to destructure history, and if you're curious, you can also console log here, console log history. Okay, let's go here, have a look in the console. You can see we have the history, and the history gives us all these functions. One of the one we're going to use is push, so that we can push to a login page. Okay, so let's remove the console log and start using this one. So history, once it is successful, we show the toast, and then we use history dot push them to login page. All right, let's give it a try. Now before we try, why don't we remove this user from database? We have already created that one. Let me delete. Okay, so let's go ahead, that has been deleted. Now let's try signing up. We've got that validation, perfect. Now if I give 6 password, it has been successful, and you can see I've been redirected and I get this toast message. Beautiful.